Welcome student for our new topic, that is Roman numerals. The Roman numeration system uses only 7 symbols to write any number. These symbols are I, V, X, L, C, D, M. Now the important task is you have to remember this in the sequence. So always remember IVX, this is the name of injection. Then LCD music system, do you know this? Now try to recall IVX LCDM. I hope you have learned the sequence. Now, I is equivalent to 1, V is equal to 5, X is equals to 10, L is equals to 50, C is equals to 100, D is equals to 500, M is equals to 1000. These are written in the increasing order, that is least to greatest. So I is the least and M is the greatest. Now rules. Rule number 1. Repetition of Roman numerals means addition. If we are repeating, then we have to add that number. For example, I. We are repeating 3 times. So this will be equals to 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 3. If we are repeating X stands for 10. So X 10, and the value of second X is 10. So 10 plus 10 is 20. Rule number 2. If a smaller Roman numeral is written to the right of a greater Roman numeral, the smaller is always added to the greater one. Here you need the sequence, what I have taught you before. Mug up by heart least to greatest, that is IVX LCDM, the sequence. Now see, the smaller number is written to the right of the greater number. V and I, which is greater? V is greater and I is smaller. Smaller is written towards the right side. So we have to add. So V stand for 5 plus 1 plus 1, that is equals to 7. Next example, XI, again I is smaller and it is in the right side of greater number, that is 10 plus 1, this is equals to 11. Now XV, V is smaller than X, so V is on the right side, so 10 plus 5 is equals to 15. Now XXI, X stand for 10, next X is stand for 10. Now we have to add because I is smaller than X and I is on the right side. So 10 plus 1 is equals to 21. Now rule number 3. If a smaller Roman numeral is written to the left of a greater Roman numeral, the smaller is always subtracted from the greater one. For example, IV. Here I is smaller than V and I is left to the greater one, so we have to subtract. So V is 5, 5 minus 1 is equals to 4. Next example, IX, X is 10 and I is 1, and we know I is on the left side of the greater Roman numeral. So 10 minus 1 is equals to 9. Always remember, in a Roman numeration system, a repetition of a symbol is not allowed more than 3 times. It means we can't write X 4 times, I 4 times, right? Second, the symbol VLD cannot be repeated. They will never repeated. We can't write. We can't write. Likewise, L and D cannot be repeated. Now, third, the symbol VLD are never subtracted. We can't subtract this. Okay. So always remember, symbol VLD never repeated nor subtracted. Now you have to remember these 20 Roman numbers and Hindu Arabic numbers. That is more than sufficient to do any conversion Hindu Arabic to Roman numerals or Roman numerals to Hindu Arabic numbers. Let's apply the rule. 1 is I. Now 2 times I. We can repeat I 3 times. Okay. For 3 I. We can repeat 3 times. Is that clear? Now for 4 we can't repeat 4 times. So we have to subtract 1 from 5. So 5 is V. So 4 is IV. Means 5 minus 1, that is 4. So IV is 4. Now for 6, V plus 1, that is 5 plus 1, VI. We can repeat 3 times. So for 7, VII. For 8, VIII. We can't write 4 times. For 9, so we have to subtract 1 from 10. So IX is 9. Now for 10, we have to write X. For 20, we have to write 2 times X. For 30, we can write 3 times X, because 10 will give you 30. Now for 40, we can't write 4 times X, because we can repeat only 3 times. So for 40, we have to subtract 10 from 50, and 50 is L, so 40 will be XL. Now for 60, LX, that is 50 plus 10, that is 60. Now for 70, LXX, then 80, LXXX. We can repeat 3 times on right side. We can't repeat 3 times in left side. Okay, so always remember, we can write 3 times to the right side. Now we can't write 4 times, so we have to subtract 10 from 100 to get 90, and 100 is C. For 90, we have to subtract 10 from 100, so 90 is equals to XC. We have to write X towards left side of C to get subtracted from 100. I hope you have understood and learned from 1 to 10 and 10 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That is more than enough to write any Roman numbers. Okay. So let's recall once again. 1 is I, 2 is II, 3 III, 4 is IV, 5 is V, 6 is VI, 7 is VII, 8 VIII, 9 IX, and 10 is X. Now 20 is XX, 30 XXX, 40 XL, 50 L, and 60 is LX, 70 LXX, 80 LXXX 3 times, now 90 XC, 100 C. Let's do some questions. Write each of the following in Roman number. Question number 1, 25. For 25, with rule we can write 10 plus 10 plus 5. So for 10, X, X and V. And if you remember what is 20, so we know that 20 is XX. And what is 5? 5 is V. So you can write directly XXV. Similarly for 98, we know what is 90. 90 is XC, and what is 8? VIII. With rule we can write 100 minus 10 plus 8. So 100 minus 10 is 90, and plus 8 is 98. Now second question, write the Hindu Arabic numerals for the following. Now we have XXVI. So for first X, according to rule, 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 1, that is equals to 26. But we know that XX is 20, so 2, and VI is 6, so 26. You can write like this also. Now second question, x x x I x, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 minus 1, that is 9. So we know x x x is 30 and I x is 9. So 39 is the answer. Is that clear? So for the time being, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. As usual, God bless you.